All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and we're about to get started, man. You see that photo there with Trump on my thumbnail there. I felt that that photo was very fitting of Donald J. Trump, the president-elect. I still call him President Donald Trump, but President-elect Donald J. Trump. 2024, he's going to be the next president. And the things about it is that he's always been the president, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. And his policies are stellar. He put America first, ladies and gentlemen. This is a man that have put everything on the line. He put his family, his business, and country on the line to protect America, to not allow this tyranny to continue destroying our country. And I love his policies. I love the fact that how he talks about when we talk about when we talk about the actual, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so when we talk about the policies and immigration, because safety, the border safety is number one. That's the number one thing right now. It is the major concern for the majority of Americans about that border being sealed off. So therefore, the illegals can't come over here anymore. That's the first thing he said he's going to take care of. Number two, he's going to actually do a mass deportation the world never seen. And there are people, military, to be able to handle that. So that's going to be the second thing that's going to happen. It's a necessary, and when it happens, it's going to be a beautiful thing because it's about safety. It's about safety first. Number three, which is practically is obvious because he can start concentrating back on the economy once again. We're talking about drill, baby, drill, fracking, and things. The tariffs are going in effect, where once we're going to be a mass producing of manufacturing, we're also going to be creating a revenue stream on that, selling our oil as well. There's a lot of great things under Donald J. Trump, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to be celebrating for the next so many months until Trump is actually sworn in, all the way up to the inauguration. I'm going to be talking about this because we have a lot of great news to talk about. We have a lot of you guys have made your choice. You are the ones that said, hey, we wanted something better. You guys are the voice. It is we the people, right? We are the people. Let no government standing take our rights and take our freedom away from us. Freedom, justice, and equality. This is what America represents. The land of the free, the home of the brave. And we must not forget that because it's in the Constitution. We have the freedom of speech, the freedom of free press, you know? You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what it is. So the free press, you don't have to have credentials and things like that to run the free press. You have the freedom in order to do so. And that's exactly what it is and things. So what's going to end up happening is that when Trump gets into office and when you start seeing the policies, the country is going to turn around. Jobs are going to be plentiful. Prosperity is going to come back. You're going to start noticing things regarding tax cuts for the working class and the poor, as well as everybody wins. You're going to start noticing these things, though, and I'm just kind of telling you forefront already. So you're going to be noticing who's going to argue a fact about wanting to pay taxes. Even a lot of his detractors they can't argue against that. They're going to be like, wow, You mean to tell me that we don't have to pay income taxes, or we don't have to pay any type of taxes when it comes down to goods and services? What the? So these are going to be the things that people, they're going to align themselves with. They're going to be like saying, this don't sound right. Why are they saying this guy is so bad when we getting tax cuts, tax breaks, no tax on OT? One thing, anybody that know Trump, he's a man of his word. True enough. He's going to implement these things because, again, it's America first. This is why he put America first. These are common sense policies. Common sense policies. And the actual far left liberals, unfortunately, they're going to get a chance to benefit with the tax cuts as well, too. My friend said yesterday, he said, you know what? He said, I don't think that the people that was so adamant against Trump, he said they shouldn't take advantage of any of the spoils that Trump is going to be implementing to America, especially with the tax, the free, as far as the tax cuts and everything, and no taxes. He said, let them pay the high taxes, because he said they shouldn't benefit off of, off of enjoying what we enjoy, the ones that put him in office, the ones that support him. And I say, yeah, but it wouldn't be American, because, again, this is what America is about. They have a right to be able to speak out. As much as you and I may not like it, they have a voice too. This is what makes America great. It's called freedom of speech, man. That's what it is. That's what we try to get the left to understand as well. You are entitled to say whatever you want to say. But, however, you can't do it in a menacing, threatening demeanor. You have to say it in a way. You can say things that you want to say in a public forum. You can, the freedom of press. You don't have to have credentials to do that. Anybody can be a journalist. You see what I'm saying? Because we already know that the network news, which is the controlled network news, they're losing viewership like never before. People don't watch the news for credibility no more. If you want to be angry, upset, or be fooled, continue watching the news. All they do is with the Trump derangement syndrome, and this is one of the main reasons why the left lost the election. They lost it off of this type of stuff. They really didn't have no concrete policies. Trump had a plethora of policies. The policies speak for himself. Common sense policies, right? That benefit everybody, even the ones that are against Trump. Because you are going to still get a tax cut, tax break, no taxes, right? You're going to still benefit from having jobs, or let's say if you want to start up a business without a whole lot of regulations. This is what America used to be. We didn't have all these regulations everywhere, where you had big bloated government in your business telling you what you or he or she should be doing and things. It's none of their business what you do in your home, in your bedroom, who you have on your photo, who you're voting for. That's not America. That sounds like communism to me. So we have to be made what it really is. I got to kind of remind people, because I'm going to do a lot of lives about this, centered around the Constitution, because we, the people, remember that. We are the people, not the government. Who said it? Again, a famous person said that when government fears the people, it's liberty. When people fear the government, it's tyranny. So we have to be reminded of that. All these alphabet organizations, I do believe that a lot of them are going to be eradicated as well, because and this happened with the Uniparty before Trump. And I always harp on that. I notice when I say, when the Uniparty, which is nothing more than the corrupt Republicans as well as the Democrats, before Trump, I got to make that, disclaimer on there now, So both of them are guilty as hell for allowing these divisions to be created so we can target each other, go after each other, and so forth. It's a distraction while they try to attempt to take over the government. hijack and remove the Constitution, get us to fight amongst each other. That's what they do. And since the Democrats have been in power longer, this was the plan the whole time, to take control of America, turn us into slaves, right? And make sure we don't have a voice, make sure we don't own any type of wealth in this country at all, but would keep us fighting and fighting amongst each other all the time. Our fight shouldn't be amongst each other. Our fight should be saving the Constitution, saving freedom and liberty. That's what our fight is truly about. It ain't about us being a black American, white America. These individual groups, I believe, when things start becoming better, and once you get a taste of freedom, you would never want to go back and say, I want to go back under paying high taxes, all this type of stuff. When that day happens, and it will happen because we got a man in charge right now, whether you like him or not, but he's the best example that could get the job done. And that's why I voted for him, Donald J. Trump. And for all I was saying so far, has a lot to do with, it mirrors the Constitution. He's a constitutionalist. These are the uniparty people were not constitutionalists. They put us back, further back, practically destroyed the country. Destroy the country. So that's what it is. I want to give a congratulations to people, black, white, and other. You also have Democrats as well. You guys also helped put Trump in office. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that this far left wacko stuff didn't make any sense. It really didn't. You guys are the ones. You, all of us. We are the ones, right, that decided enough is enough. Their policies does not help this country at all. It actually takes away. It has been destroying. AOC, all these alphabet, they keep us divided. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. They keep us divided. All those alphabet organizations claiming, look at them. They all keep us divided. With the Democrats, I'm gonna bang on them a little bit more because the people, the Democrat elites, the ones I'm really talking to, not the voters, they don't hold no power. It sounds good. It sounds good. But the Democrat elites, these are the ones that say, this is what it is. We're going to divide them up by gender, race, sex, right? And create all these multiple genders. As we've been fighting this stuff, trying to fight each other. We can't run a country like this. Unification. We need to be unified, right? Because that's what it is. We need unity in America, not division. Division is going to allow the enemy to come in, and then we all are conquered. We have to be unified. We still got enemies out there. Don't forget about that. China, don't forget about that. Russia, don't forget about that. Iran, don't forget about that. And the list goes on. They were hoping that we had a civil war in this country. Fight amongst each other, kill each other over policies, BS policies. And then when they come in, do you think they're going to be nice? You think they're going to be understanding? No. Who do they usually go and take out? They take the men, the ones that are a threat. They would take them out first, corral the women up, divide everybody up, get everybody on board with their regime that they want, So we don't need to be fighting amongst each other, man. You have to accept that Trump is the winner, fair and square. That's why he said too big to rig. If you're gonna blame anybody, you should be blaming the people then. Because the majority of the people have already spoken. They have already decided. Your Project 2025 that you tried to use has failed. Guaranteed that will not happen. So you have to accept what it is what it is. If Trump was about Project 2025, He would have done it in his first 4 years of being the president. I know I would if I would have been on any of that type of stuff. That's exactly what I would have done. For real. So right there, that don't make any sense. If you were to put your hate to a side and look at his policies, and some of you guys have, but I'm not even talking about the TDS people, the Trump derangement syndrome people, because those people, they need some serious help. Because their health is steadily deteriorating. They carry animosity and hate that these corporation media groups have programmed their mind with propaganda that tell them, oh, this is the enemy. Oh, the Trump, and everything, and I didn't have Kamala Harris syndrome. Why we not walking around here hating Kamala Harris? Why are we not walking around here hating Joe Biden or Obama? I don't hate these people. I don't even know these people. But I can see off of Trump's record alone is stellar. 7,000 inmates were released in the first 4 years of Trump's administration. 91% of them were black. So if he is this great racist, then where's the proof? Why would he do this, right? He gave $360 million, right? Maybe even a little higher, to the HBCUs. It's 107 of them across the United States. So if we were to divide that up, that could come up to 3.3 million each. A true racist would not do this. So something is wrong with people that are lying on Trump. This is written in his policies. This is part of his accomplishments. If you were to look at it and see it for what it really is. And there's a lot of other things that he has done. Trump have helped so many people. He don't run around bragging about it and talking about it. That's how he is. Is he perfect? No. But for a man that have survived 2 assassination attempts, there's some other things too. Trump is, like I said before, not only is he the GOAT, but he's the best qualified to run this nation, man, and put us back on the right direction. That's exactly what we need. We need strong leadership. And I love the fact of how Trump said there's only 2 genders, which we all knew this. We knew this stuff 10 years, 15 years ago. There's only 2 genders, 1 male, 1 female, that's it. And all this stuff, this woke stuff is going to be removed because it also divides people. That's what it does. It divides people. Have weaponized these groups of people, and it's pissing people off, and it's dividing us as a people once again. And we don't need division, we need unity. Because, like I said before, there's enemies of the United States out there. Make no mistake about it. Now, what would it look like if we're civil war fighting and then got to fight people on the outside? We will lose. China is already here, so that you know. Don't make no mistakes about it. And I do believe that these, these particular agendas was created purposely to create more infighting amongst us. So therefore, if more we fight amongst each other, where the civil war can drum up and things like that, which is not what none of us want. Trust me, we don't want that. We should be getting along with each other. Because you guys that's on the far left liberals, I'm not really talking about regular, I'm talking about far left liberals, extremists. You guys got to understand something. If you were to take your hate aside on Trump, you would notice us as, Republicans or moderates, we don't walk around hating Kamala Harris. We're not wishing her death. We're not wishing Biden death and all this stuff. We're not doing that. We live in our lives. We don't do this type of stuff. But tell me why you guys running around here hating Trump as if this guy's your next door neighbor, like you know this dude. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. So we don't run around here, ladies and gentlemen, and do this. We don't sit up here and do this type of stuff. Sitting around here hating on Trump. Hating on Biden and Kamala. We're not doing this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're living our lives, and we want you to live your life. You should not have this much of hatred towards a man that you don't even know that could potentially, which he will, get this country back on track, whether you like it or not. He said, I'm going to protect all women, whether they like it or not. So I don't understand. If he's a hater of women, how is he over here want to protect the women? It defeats the logic. It's irrational to think otherwise. He said he wants to protect the women. The women needs protecting. You know y'all can't go out here. Wouldn't it be nice that you can go out here, even at night, like Japan, one of the safest countries in the world, if you've been there, right? They don't have them issues like that. America could be that way too. We don't have to be walking around living in fear. Your gun should be a just in case if somebody is really, but we shouldn't be on guard all the time, 24-hour nonstop as a citizen. This is what law enforcement, this is what the military is for. It's designed to protect the country. We shouldn't be over here fighting forever wars and all this stuff. We should be, again, putting America first. Trump said it, putting America first. And that's what has to happen. I don't see any American that would disagree on that. Putting America first. And that's what we need. That's what we want. And that's what we're going to get. Whether some people like it or not. Putting America first. I don't see no problems. I approve his message. I do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Charlie Jordan, how you doing? Welcome back. Yep, so I can, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is. You know what this stream is about? Saying that we won. And I'm saying we, as the country, won. We, the country, have actually won. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's good that you're doing good. Yeah, man, just over here talking about the Trump thing, as you already know. The country has won. Even the ones that were against Trump, they don't realize that they have actually won. They're going to get a pay increase. We all are. We're talking about income. The average income is going to actually increase in a lot of these other countries that are going to be importing their goods, coming back into the country. They're drilling on the oil. In fact, this is the oil, he said it himself. He's going to be selling the oil to these other countries, right? Because we produce the most of it. We got more oil here than Saudi Arabia. Tell me why we over here getting oil from other countries when we should be getting it here. That's what Trump was doing. I want you guys to think about this very, very carefully now. With Trump, 2016, he was the president. This is what brought the inflation all the way down to 1%. Trump did it because he opened up those oil reserves. They were over there pumping oil, drilling, crude oil. This is one of the things. And he was doing tariffs then. I don't know if you guys missed that, but he hit China up for a lot. I forgot exactly what the percentage is. You guys can probably help me. But yeah, he hit him up, man. He really did. So, it's no lie. He did insurance as well. We had more money. And I do believe he wouldn't have been interrupted with, let's say, with what was going on with election fraud stuff. Man, we would have been a lot. Everything he's talking about now, he would have implemented that for. He really would have, because can you guys that dunk? How he said, Elon said it. It has to be got to bring it down to 80%. going after the corruption, right? Reducing government. We don't need big government. Big government has never been the problem. I mean, it's been a problem. Small government have never been the problem. Big government is. Big government is the problem. It's the major problem. We have been conditioned of thinking that government is supposed to fix everything. We put government as we the people. The government is a reminder and work on behalf of the people, as I said before. These are public officials, right? Public servants. They supposed to work on our behalf. This is why the Constitution is there. In case if the government ever goes rogue, this is the Second Amendment. Look at. I want you guys to Google it, read it, memorize it, and understand it for what it is, because that is designed as a safeguard. We all allowed to form militias, right? That as well. We supposed to protect this country, foreign and domestic. That's it. This is all in the Constitution. It's all in there. Exactly. Trump is a good man. He's a great man for the things that he's going to accomplish and do, because he understands as a constitutionalist. Because the stuff that I'm talking about, it's about what it is. It's about we the people not being divided. Parties shouldn't divide you, because we all live here, right? This is exactly what it is. We the people. We have to be made reminded of that. We are allowed to assemble. We are allowed freedom of speech. Once I said before, freedom of press. You know, any of you can do the same thing I'm doing now. You can let your voice be heard, right? Thank you. I appreciate you, Phoenix. I also appreciate you guys as well. You kicking some real facts there, and things. Yeah, people are leaving America because yeah, they are. But I'm gonna tell you this though, Phoenix. When we said with the because Trump have waged war on the illegal trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking, and it doesn't make any sense. These are elites, people with all kind of money. Trump shouldn't make nobody that damn angry to move out of the country. But what I believe, and there's others that are saying this, a lot of these Hollywood elites are guilty of something, and allegedly, or it could be that a lot of them have been in pedophilia. And if that's the case, shit, you would try to be escaping out of here too, to escape justice. Because when those Epstein tapes come out, that list come out, and hopefully they try to leave up out the country. You know what I'm saying? So that is another whole thing there. The Hollywood elites, we never benefited from these people at all. They were just put as there as placeholders just to hypnotize, keep people distracted, and then they try to have a voice. All these celebrities speaking out against Trump, like Mark Hamill, which is the worst. That Star Wars dude, I would never watch a Star Wars thing ever with him in it. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be a big Star Wars fan, but these people are part of the problem. They're part of. They don't believe in the Constitution at all. They don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? These people will survive any regime because they got so much money. They got so much money, man. It makes no sense. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving, Steve Harvey? Why are you guys leaving out of the country? Ellen, her last name is very fitting. She's a degenerate, all right. That's exactly what it is. You seeing all the tapes, you seeing all the photos and things like that. It makes a lot of sense now, right? I mean, they're leaving up out of here like a rat's leaving a sinking ship that's on fire and things like that. They think they're going to have it, and maybe they will have it better elsewhere. But they better hope whatever place they become to, they don't get exported out back here and have to face justice, because it's incumbent on them that they have to face justice for what they have done to these innocent people and these children. And Tom Hanks too, Ashton Kutcher too, all of them. The ones that are leaving, Cher, Barbara Streisand, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about it, though. If they're watching, uh, you know, it is what it is. But other than that, going back on the other point, going back on the American thing and things like that, that's exactly what it is. We cannot sit up in here and allow tyranny to continue on. We are pushing back. We are pushing back against the system because, like I said before, there's only two genders, right? There is male and female, right? This is exactly what it is. We don't need no lies and all this other stuff keeping us divided, keeping us distracted or whatever. Because once Trump get in there once again, hey, they will not be funded no more. They're gonna be removed out the school systems. The only flag that should be flown full mast is the American flag. No other flag should be there. And I don't want to see any more. We won't see any more of these rainbow flags in the public school systems no more. They're going to be teaching education, not woke agenda type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't what you that we're paying taxes for in the first place. So our children could be brainwashed by the machine. That's not what we want to. We don't pay them to do that. Sex education should be taught at home with the parent, in my personal belief, and it should be. And a lot of you probably feel the same way. Somebody, no other stranger should be teaching your children about sex and all this other kind of stuff, you know? hmm Oh, you're talking about the immigrants to the U.S., South Africa. I will forever support Trump. I know that's right. Yeah, nothing gonna make me leave the United States. This is the greatest country on earth. God bless America. That's right. You shouldn't be wanting to leave out because of a regime change or a president change, unless if you're guilty of something. See, I'm not buying that because of Trump. That's a cover up. No man gonna make you that angry to leave out of the country. You know, and that's the thing about it. A lot of these celebrities know Trump personally, so that's BS. They can miss me with that junk. It ain't even about that. It has a lot to do with this trafficking, human trafficking, and child sex trafficking. And a lot of them were guilty of it. And it's coming out now with the Diddy stuff. This is what it is, though, man. This is a major thing, though. All these celebrities got to go because they know that Trump is he's going to release it. And when he released these tapes, you guys are going to see it. When this is evidence. This is evidence of what they've been doing. And then they want, and I bet you that the TDS people, the Trump derangement people, they're going to really have to eat crow because the actual proof is right there. Looking at it. That's not AI. That's not generated artificial stuff. They're seeing their favorite celebrities getting down with children and sex trafficking and women and all the rest of the stuff and men, keeping them against a will, doing all type of nasty, naughty things to them, and the world is going to see it. That's why they're leaving. You know, exactly. It's all over on Twitter too. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And Discord. Yeah, it's all over there, man. That's why. That's the real reason why they're leaving. For real. We know this, right? Because it doesn't make any sense otherwise that you'll be leaving out of a country because for a person that's rich, America is the greatest. When you're rich, there's tax bases. They all benefit from getting tax breaks already for the rich. And then you want to leave here, talking about you want to go somewhere else. There's no other country greater than America. Yeah, that's why I say I don't buy that. And I know you guys are not buying it. You already typing in already. It's all over here. The evidence is there already. Epstein stuff, wait to that. The A-list is already there. All these celebrities on that A-list, Diddy's list, and all the rest of this kind of stuff. Yeah, that's why they're leaving up on out of here. The world is going to see it. And then when they see him somewhere in the UK, in Canada, Australia, they can't run because unless they got to go on an island somewhere and things like this, but they cannot escape. America is the best country in the universe. Hey, all I know is the best country in the world, but I'll take that too. Sounds good to me, Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good to me because, again, there's no other place better. And people, when they get out of the United States, even when I was in Canada a long time ago, man, I missed the United States because Canada was so expensive tax wise for those that been there. It reminded me of like UK, man. There's no way in the world you can build wealth that's being taxation that high. Trump is lowering it and then working on getting rid of it. And they still hating Trump. It makes no sense. They act like what he been saying was a lie. They have amnesia 2006, 2016 when he was sworn into office for the first 4 years. It's truly amazing to me, man. They benefited. The ones that hated Trump, they benefited off of the more income that we had. Commodities was nowhere near. We over 50%. We over 50% for the economy and for the inflation right now. Drowning over here. Let me see here. I always been dreaming of being in a storm chaser. Being a storm chaser. Oh, yeah, I know what those are. Yeah, being a storm chaser. Yeah. You don't have to dream about it, man. You can do it. It's a risky job. I've seen them do it. But other than that, yeah, that's the thing about it, man. It's the freedoms we have over here in America. America is about freedom, man. Freedom. We weren't designed to go after and fight each other like this, ladies and gentlemen. For what? And again, it's more of the left that hate, I should say, certain individuals on the left. Got to clarify that. Certain individuals on the left that hate Trump with a passion. I'm not gonna give nobody. I mean, here it is. I didn't vote for Kamala, but I wasn't running around here hating her. I didn't have. Ain't no such thing as Kalama. Can you say her name? Kamala. Syndrome. Deranged syndrome. It doesn't exist. I can't even formulate the words he was saying because it sounds so strange. But it just seemed to roll off of the tongue with Trump derangement syndrome. Kamala derangement syndrome, it does not exist. It doesn't. It doesn't. I ain't never heard anybody, oh yeah, Kamala derangement syndrome. Does that really exist? Does any of you guys that didn't vote for Kamala, could you just tell me, do you guys suffer from Kamala derangement syndrome? Do you guys really hate her that much? Because I never heard of nothing like this before. I mean, on the right, even moderates, do you guys run around here? No. But what? Tell me why do they? Why are they doing this on the left? Some of them, they run around here with this derangement syndrome stuff, and it really makes them look foolish. They do exactly what these paid entertainers do. That's on the so-called news and so forth. They stop in here and repeat and regurgitate the same old thing, trying to make an enemy out of somebody that's not the case. Trump is about unifying the country, which he will, because when everybody benefit from those tax cuts, from cutting taxes all the way down to zero tax, which will happen in our lifetime, in his 4 years, it's going to happen. It's going to be so much prosperity coming into America and things like that, because those guys that are leaving, they're going to do Russell, what's his name, the dude from the rap dude or whatever that left out of America and things like that. Russell Simmons. So Russell Simmons, they're gonna do the Russell Simmons thing, and we already know what Russell Simmons was accused of. There's other people that fled out of there. Roman Polanski was one of the first ones that I could think of. This is what the rich do when they get caught because they got the money. They do the Roman Polanski thing. That's what Roman Polanski did, being caught with that 13-year-old, right? He fled a country where he can't be expedited, you know? And I think they need to change the laws on that too, where they can be expedited. Because anybody that do any type of child pedophilia, especially for children, and human trafficking against their will, there should be a reciprocity. They should be able to go in any country, whether they have immunity or not, and capture these individuals and bring them back to justice. Because as long as they feel as if they're scapegoating, then they're gonna continue doing it. If it makes sense, see, you got to cut off all the avenues, cut off every opportunity for them to have an scapegoat. Therefore, they're trapped. Then, therefore, you can pick them up, bring them back here for trial, and possibly execution or life in prison, whichever, because that's what needs to happen. So therefore, that sends a message. Just because you have a lot of money should not exclude you. You should not think that you have preferential treatment and things like that. You shouldn't have that, be able to have that opportunity for this preferential treatment type stuff. It should be what it really is. Anybody that's child pedophilia, taking advantage of children and women and innocent people, you know what I'm saying? They should be held at the full extent of the law, and it should carry over in any country. And I believe that that's what's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen that way eventually, I do believe, because we have to do the war should be a relentless war on people that are against these children. A lot of y'all have children as well, and they need to be protected, just like the women need to be protected because they shouldn't escape going to these other countries. You've been over on this Diddy stuff and all this stuff, these freak off parties and all the rest of this stuff, taking advantage of these small children, these innocents, and then it shouldn't be the case at all. So why in the hell that gives them the right that they can go and decide to go in another country? Because we have to think about this, guys, and I'm gonna start talking about this a little bit more. Because think about it, they go into these other countries, right? They're gonna do the same thing. It ain't gonna stop. They're going to do it in those other countries. You see what I'm saying? Because the sicko can't help himself. He's going to guarantee wherever Russell Simmons is at, he's doing the same thing that he did in America. It ain't stopped. Oh, you're going to say, well, I ain't going to do that again. Or, I ain't going to do that again. They're going to go over there to these other countries and get people like Russell Simmons, Roman Polanski, all these other type of people. Because they should not be in America doing this stuff to children. They really shouldn't. We got to really think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We should not be in a situation with these darn children. These children should be protected at all costs. You know? So yeah, these are the reasons as to why I voted for Trump. You know, because he cares about the country and he cares about women and he cares about children. That's exactly what it is. And you need a president, you need a man that cares about these things versus, oh, yeah, I never seen the left been so adamant about protecting the rights of women and children at all. They were more concerned about illegals coming into this country. And we've seen what happened. Look at the girls that ended up getting murdered. That 12-year-old. What's her name? Laker Riley. One of them, they got their hands tied behind their back, raped and murdered. And this could be any of your children. So, like I said before, this ain't a right agenda. This ain't a left agenda. This is an agenda that everybody should be in agreement on. It should be being under division. As I guarantee you have children, you want safety, because I mean that's what I'm saying though. Why are we acting like this? Why are we trying to create a boogeyman with Project 2025 when it doesn't even exist in the hands of Trump? Why are we trying to create a boogeyman which is not there? You're not going to find one. What you're going to find is common sense agendas that benefit Americans, which are us, America first. This is what Trump said. We have to worry about our own. We ain't going out here policing the world no more. The troops are going to be coming home here in America, not in Afghanistan, not in Iran. Trump is for peace. He's going to end these wars. We don't need no forever wars. These wars were created under the Biden-Harris administration, straight like that. They had no, Biden said it, we will not stop. We will not, the war will continue. As he said, Biden said that, remember? We would give and we will continue giving to help the Ukrainians fight against Russia. This is what Biden was saying, right? This is what they were saying. These are state-funded terrorist groups that we manufactured here that going out here keeping these forever wars going. These forever wars that are going on and they continuously going on. Do you guys think that this is really America under the past 12 to 16 years with the uniparty and all this other nonsense? Do you guys absolutely think that we were living free? We got more regulations, We have more people in prison in America alone than any other nation around the world. You are got regulations up to wazoo, taxation up to wazoo, big government telling this and that. They're spying. They're looking at the cell phones and supercomputers and what's the surveillance cameras all over the place. There's no. What about the right of privacy? Right. This is the Constitution. Whatever happened to the right of privacy? You can't find the right of privacy. Everywhere you go is a goddamn surveillance camera up on the corner of a building somewhere. We don't have the right of privacy, ladies and gentlemen. We're being spied on, monitored, police state. Do you guys really feel like America is free, or are we in a police state? You see what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be this way. We're not supposed to be living in a police state and being under siege by illegals that could go out here and practically rape, murder, and kill, and so forth. Are you feeling free right now in America? And most of you are going to say no, no, because these are some of the suburban areas. This just wasn't in just bad neighborhoods. These things can happen anywhere. So thank God that we got for Donald J. Trump as the president of the United States of America, man. And with his agenda and his team, we're gonna see America prosper like never before, man. There's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna be overturned, getting rid of Biden's policies. The war in the Ukraine is gonna cease fire. The war between Israel and Palestine is gonna stop. This is why a lot of Arabs in Michigan, we have the largest Arabs population in the United States. Tell me why they all voted for Trump too. Because they understand that they want for peace. Lebanon, we have more Lebanese here than any other place in the United States. There's more Lebanese here alone. They want peace, you know. They don't. Everybody wants peace, man. You know. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm heading out, man. Stay safe. I appreciate you, Phoenix, man. Thank you so much for listening, man. Have a safe trip to work and things. And I'll see you on my next live and things, man. I really appreciate the support. Some of you guys that are coming back listening, I appreciate it. And things. I'm just kind of putting some food for thought along with the celebration of Trump. Because like I said, man, I've been feeling great today, man. We are looking good and things like that. So the View does not represent the American people. Hollywood elites do not represent the American people. These people right here, I don't worship them. I don't look up to them. If they say something stupid on X, Twitter X, I reply back with something or whatever because it's just ridiculous. All of them leaving out. What did who said it? Who said that if Trump becomes president, he'll light himself up on fire? Remember him tweeting that on Twitter X? I said, well, here the matches go because Trump is the president now. You said you were gonna light yourself up on fire. I think that was Rob Reiner. You know, me head off of All in the Family. Never liked Rob Reiner. Never liked him. And these are supposed to be Hollywood elites. How am I listening to a Hollywood elite? They want to give me advice about policies where they live the lifestyle. His father, Rob Reiner's father, his daddy he was already born into money. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He never had to go without, ever. He never had to go without. You know what I'm saying? He ain't put nothing on the wood. You know what I'm saying? So he never had to go without either. But he's telling us that the problem are rich people when his father was rich. They're telling us that millionaires and billionaires are the problem. When a lot of your Democrats are also millionaires and billionaires. Look at George Soros. He's a billionaire. And he's been financing a lot of these Democrats as well. So it makes no sense. You mean to tell me that if it was that easy? So the problem is rich Republicans that are millionaires and billionaires, while the Democrats are just rich, wealthy Democrats are not the problem at all. Rob Reiner and the rest of them don't come. George Clooney, They don't they don't they don't dine with us. They don't walk amongst us. They have their own world. They don't know what the common man is dealing with. They've been rich for some of them, they've been rich longer than they have been poor. And that's keeping it real. And that's what most of these Hollywood elites. How can Miley Cyrus, Jennifer Aniston, and all the rest of them, Cher and Julia Roberts, right? Barbara Streisand, how can they relate to the modern common man? Like, I got to even go to work. We all got to go to work. How can they give us advice? How can they dictate to us, oh, yeah, with Trump, they got a lot of money. Now, they may not have as much money as Trump, but they are millionaires and billionaires. They live the lifestyle that the envy few that envy. They're not starved at all. Even with COVID, you think they were running around here suffering? No, they have a lifestyle that most people would envy. They can travel anywhere in the world talking about Trump. Man, it don't make no sense. You mean to tell me if I'm a millionaire and billionaire, Trump is gonna be the last person on my mind I'm gonna be concerned with? Are you serious, bro? For real? Are you serious? Does that make any logical sense? Most of these people got so much money, and their problem is Trump. Shoot, that'd be the last thing in the world that I'll be thinking about. I'd be like, what country I'm gonna visit, this and that, give to the charity, of course. But this is their thing. They're not even suffering at all. And even on the View, even these news networks, all in like I said before, they are in very comfortable, great shape. You may be lucky to see a celebrity. And I have picked some of these celebrities up because I'm an Uber driver, right? But at the same time, most of them should not be affected by the Trump administration or the Biden administration because they have money, right? Let me see. What do you have down here? Let me see here. Yeah, I'm leaving America because he won't. Let me see here. I'm not supporting this guy. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, I welcome people that don't like Trump too. You more welcome to come in this room. This is what I love about the Constitution, because freedom of speech is what you're entitled to do, so sir or madam. You're entitled to do so. I have no problem. This ain't Trump or you get the bullet. Huh. It ain't even about that. If you want to leave, I just hope that you ain't trying to escape, child pedophilia or human trafficking. As long as you're not leaving on those conditions, then I welcome it. But I know with some of these celebrities, they seem to be leaving on some of these situations. That's what it seems like to me, because it makes no sense. Millionaires and billionaires leaving America over Trump? No, it don't make no sense to me. I can't make that add up unless, and this is what I'm saying. If something that's about to be exposed, that makes sense to leave America. So unless you're telling me if you did something or something that you don't want the world to know, because that makes very good sense to leave America. Project 2025 should not scare you, because like I tell people, I shut people down all the time with Project 2025. Guy, Trump ain't gonna wait for a second term to implement Project 2025. He would have done it back in 2016. That's when you want to do this if you're a type of person that believes in a policy like that. Trump had his own policies. He had 20 bullet points. I have them. I know them. And they were on his campaign website. So I'm just only speaking on what he already has implemented as far as policy. It's for common sense policy, and it's about America first. Not foreigners first, not illegals first. I'm talking about foreign illegals that have not been embedded in this country, foreign illegals that have not been vetted in America, that are causing the problems, the ones that are causing the dangerous crimes. If it would look better if they were vetted, but they have to go to the proper channels, the proper pathway to to citizenship. They just cannot come over here. Look what happened. Those girls would have still been alive now. Even Lake and Riley, they would have been alive right now. And you can't not just ignore that. They even got a bill in their honor. And this is what I love about with Trump, because he said when he cracked down on the cartel, he's going to take that cartel money, and a lot of it is going to be donated towards those families of the loss that they have under the Biden-Harris policy. And I love that. And that's very admirable of him to do so, you know? So that's another reason why a lot of people rock with Trump, for that reason, because of their loss that they had to deal with our effed up policy, right? This shouldn't have been the case at all, but it's the case. This is what ended up happening when you do not vet people. Oh, foreigners are not criminals. Nobody said that foreigners were criminals, but you have to be vetted first before coming into the country. You just cannot come in the country and not be vetted. And this is what ended up happening. We know why they brought them over here in the first place, because the uniparty and the low down liberal left in that uniparty, with them and these low down Republicans, I'm talking about the ones before Trump, the old rhino Republican uniparty, the Shaneys and all the rest of them, they're all in cahoots together. They all wanted this. So they keep us divided, ladies and gentlemen, once again. They use race. They use not just race, but they also use other types of agenda groups and so forth to keep us divided, keep us separated, right? And keep the friction going. They never meant in this country for, let's say, blacks and whites to ever get together like other European nations. They never meant to do that, never meant for that. They wanted us to be segregated, divided. This is what creates a problem. You got one rich, one poor. You're going to always have poverty. However, if we have a society that's doing well economically wise, I do believe that actual policies for the poverty will actually be very minimal, very very minimal. To be really honest, I truly believe that, because again, we won. We won as Americans, man. We won. Everybody won. It ain't just the left, the right that won. Everybody won. It's just some people that fighting for the left so hard, they just don't realize that they won. Wait till they start getting the tax cuts, the tax breaks, and no taxes. And can you imagine going 2 years without paying taxes? Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you create wealth. You're going to be getting wealth. It's going to go back to the golden age of how America used to be when we didn't have a central bank. You have to understand that the central bank is the private bank. This is the main institution that has been destroying our economy, because our own government are not allowed to print money. The central bank prints the money on the behalf of the government, and then when the government runs out of money, they got to go back to the central bank and they charge with an interest. This is why we are at a deficit, trillions and trillions of dollars, triple digits in being charged on deficit. It's like we're spending IOU money. That's all it really is. It's not backed by nothing. They've just been allowed to print money. You got to understand how the Federal Reserve works. This is our greatest enemy to any country. You look at the history of any nation, the collapse was because of a Federal Reserve. Once you get them control of the monetary banking system, this is where your corruption at the highest level is. There's nothing more than bankster gangsters. We got to tell the truth of who these people are for real, versus just blaming it on one man. We have to understand this for what it really is. This ain't this. When I do this channel and I do these lives, you hear me talk about the Constitution a lot. You hear me talk about the rights for the people, for the people. You hear me talk about the central bank often. I talk about things that other people really don't talk about on their lives when they talk about politics. I talk about the things that matter the most because when you don't know what the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, right? We talk about the amendments, 27 of them, and these are reasons as to why. If the people would have known about their constitutions, the people, we gave up our rights after 9/11. Go figure that. Homeland Security was introduced. Everybody is being checked like Gestapo today when they go out and fly. Everybody's okay with that. It's not freedom because you're not supposed to be strip searched and checked. Our Constitution protects us of these things, illegal search and seizures and all this other kind of nonsense. This is the stuff that are going on, and people are going for it because they've been dumbing. They've been doing a great job over 50 years dumbing down the masses of people. They keep you don't hear the Constitution. They don't talk about this stuff on TV. They talk about other things. All I'm saying is this is the greatest declaration of independence. No other nation have it like we do. That's why make America, we the last frontier. Whether you on the left, you may agree or not. There's no other nation out there that's greater than the United States of America. We're just taking the country back and bringing it back to those constitution. That's what we're talking about. We need a president that's going to observe the Constitution, not deviate and take away from. Obama did when he got in office. That's what he did. He done this. He did this stuff, right? These people been taking us away, and we have to bring the country back. And we can do this. We can achieve this, and it can happen, though. Seriously, you know. Yeah, the freedoms is what we're talking about here. We're talking about the freedoms, and it's not about the last freedoms. We talk about the freedoms that's going to happen. Frank, I'm gonna tell you this though, man. When you see Trump get in that office, and when you get a glimpse of tax cuts, when Trump was in there the first 4 years, you have to admit yourself, you didn't see no Gestapos at your door. You wasn't snatched out of your home. You benefited from that 1% inflation. Whether you want to admit it to me or not, I know you did because guess what? Everybody did. You didn't have no Project 25 to 2025. Don't sit up here and say you did because we didn't. We didn't have this. We didn't have those issues. Everybody had money in their pocket. Commodities was down real low. Because you know why? You know why? Because Trump started opening up the oil reserves, drilling started happening, Keystone Pipeline, right? Fracking coming on. This is one of the things that he did. He saved the automotive industry from wanting to go to Mexico. He also created the tariffs, hit China up so high, money started coming back in. This is how Trump did it. He's going to do it again. Because if you mean to tell me, Frank, you were happy when, I mean, I'm just saying now, it sounds to me that you were rah-rah for Biden. So you liked it with this over 50% inflation. You like paying taxes on over time. You like paying taxes if you get tips. If you like this stuff, hey, that's what America is all about. But you will lose that argument because the majority of the people would disagree. Everybody want more money in their pocket. Nobody wants free for everybody wants peace. Trump said he wanted peace. So if you're saying enjoy your freedoms, your last freedoms, that would be an indication that you think that because Trump has been nominated and won the election as being the president of the United States, that our freedoms are going to go away. You're sadly mistaken. Trump is a constitutionalist, sir. He's not a person that advocates for the lack of freedom. He is for freedom. He is for peace. He is for a lot of things, sir. He's not for these forever wars, but your president that we all had in here before, which was Joe Biden, he was for the war. He was for non-peace. They were the ones that were dividing people up. Trump derangement syndrome up the wazoo. That's why these people right now, he weaponized the media. He has weaponized, try to take the freedoms that we have from freedom of speech. In fact, they did more weaponization and criminalization under their watch. It's happened under their watch against us, the common citizen. Had Trump would have stepped up and got in the way, we would be in a different space right now. Had Elon Musk not bought Twitter, we would be in a different space right now. This is why they want to suppress and remove freedom or remove these social media platforms so they can go willy-nilly on their propagandas and their agendas. Make no mistakes about it, but this is exactly what it is. You can decide on this, sir. You can decide to get more information and stop listening to the so-called fake news. You can continue doing it because again, it's all about freedom. You can continue doing that or look at other sources and open your mind and open your horizons. That's the thing about it. If you were to decide to do that, sir, then you would have a more of a better outlook on it as opposed to going with the narrative in the media. Because what I read, it definitely sounds like, hey, we're about to go into dark times because of Trump. We are in those dark times because of the Biden administration. He was the one that allowed these illegals. Him and Harris in tandem allowed these illegals in here, and look what happened. And these illegals, Frank, can come at your doorstep one day. They can come on your doorstep one day or any of our doorstep. Do you absolutely think that you're safe? I mean, most Americans don't feel safe today. You think you felt safe because Biden was in the office, and you saying, "Oh yeah, I was safe with Biden," but now that Trump in the office, I don't feel safe. He's gonna be running around and rounding us all up. He's gonna round us Project 2025, gonna throw us in the FEMA camps. Here we go now, Trump. Yeah, he's gonna ride down on the people, fight, fight, fight. Gonna go ahead and grab these people and get us all up and round us all up and beat and tar and feather our asses. That's what I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. He would have done this 4 years ago if he was like this, man. It's absolutely, you got to stop listening to these Hollywood elites and these so-called politicians and these so-called media that's trying to scare you, scare tactics to keep you away from the what? Truth. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's why I predict that because of ABC is losing their ratings at an alarming rate, MSN too, these in CBS, they're losing their people don't listen to them no more for news. They come into private journalists, people that are doing these lives like myself, they never talk about the Constitution. I wonder why. I wonder why. Why don't they ever talk about the Constitution? It tells you right there. This is what being freedom and liberty, this is what it's all about. No other place better than America. Name the country, name it. If there's a place that's better than America, name it. Put it down in the chat. Name a place that's better. Name a place that's better. Name it. Because I guarantee that every other country got more problems. You ain't got freedom of speech. Yeah, you may have maybe a little bit say for some of these Scandinavian countries and certain things, but you don't have the freedoms. Like we still have some freedoms. You know why? Because we still have the Constitution. America is the best, right, Frank? America is the best place where you can live. If you could give me another country that rivals America on every policy, I'm talking about the Constitution. They can't name one. We have the best Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution. We as the people, we were. That's exactly what it is. And I'm just saying, First Amendment, they don't have that. Australia, UK is overtaken by illegals. Their country has fallen. England has fallen. Ireland has fallen. Australia is fallen. Their guns have been confiscated. You see what I'm saying? Their wealth have been confiscated. They don't have it. And these are European nations. They don't have it. at all. They wish like hell that they was American right now. Because our taxes compared to their taxes, there's no way in hell you could be able to survive PST, GST, goods and service tax, over these taxes. Man, this is what eats you, man. They over here charging what we charge a gallon, they pay on liters, man. No way in the world. No way in the world. I'm gonna pay $6, $7 a liter. Ah, there's no way in the world you can afford no gas in your car. We got it good here, ladies and gentlemen. You gonna run for another country because a man that you don't know and things because you felt threatened of his personality type. It don't make no sense, man. That's silly. That's silly. I know all I know. I'm building it here because when Trump get rid of these taxes, this is how you build wealth. The central bank, he's going to get rid of that central bank. That central bank is the major threat in our country. It should have never been here. It's been here since 1913. That Federal Reserve is not of the United States of America. It was placed there by the banksters, private international banksters that put that so-called U.S. bank. It's not. The United States, the government is not allowed to have their own treasury. Know this. Why aren't they talking about this on these other networks? They won't talk about this stuff. You be rarely, very rare to find this stuff. Everybody yapping about Trump and all this other stuff when they should be talking about the Constitution too. And this is, you know what I'm saying? This is exactly what it is. We should post it. This is the thing about it. The Constitution and getting rid of this damn central bank, this Federal Reserve, which I do believe is going to happen in our lifetime. It happens somewhere in our lifetime where that's going to be eradicated and removed. You don't never hear about gold Fort Knox no more. The millennials and zennials wondering what is that? What is the Fort Knox? They used to teach this stuff in high school, grade school, middle school. They don't teach about that no more. Many of the young generation do not know what the Fort Knox is. Huh. They don't know what it is. What is that? Never talk about the gold and silver for the people. They took the money, took the gold and the silver from the people. They robbed us blind, ladies and gentlemen. The vault was emptied out. I believe back in between the 30s and the 40s, I do believe. It's been emptied out. We've been on fiat currency ever since. You got to understand how these international banksters and how they operate. They're the ones that control presidents, other than Trump. They control presidents. Every president has been controlled by the Federal Reserve, which is nothing more than the international banksters, and that's a fact. They don't talk about this stuff at all. This is exactly what it is. For a few of you guys that know what's going on, you know what I'm talking about. And we are going to see it because this is really who Trump is fighting against. And the people that support the Federal Reserve, like your Bidens and all of them and Obamas and all of them, all they are is nothing but puppets for them to keep the administration going. You got to know this. So that's why I said I was going to come on here today to do this before I go to work. It's been cool talking about this type of stuff because we need to start bringing this home more so. And we got to, because right now Trump is the one that's going to actually unify everybody. And when you guys start to see great tax cuts for the average man, ain't none of you gonna be saying, "Oh yeah, it's me, yeah, that Project 25." When you paying less than half as opposed to what are doing right now. More money is coming back, especially for those that work in OT. No tax on OT, no tax on tips, no tax on the Social Security for seniors, and getting rid of the income tax. This is how you create wealth, ladies and gentlemen, when you ain't paid out, on taxation all the time. How you gonna build wealth when you being taxed on everything? You can't build wealth like that. We didn't start having credit cards until the 70s. Not really. Everybody got credit cards. The average credit card holder holds a debt. What did it say? It holds a debt of at least about $30,000 or more. Debt. Debt that was never meant to really pay back because they hit up with the high interest rate. They do this on purpose. So it keeps you enslaved in the debt slave system forever. It was never meant for the government, our government. We all enslaved. The government borrowed money from the Federal Reserve. The government and the Federal Reserve is not the same. They're independent. But when Trump, we're going to start going back to the Treasury again, where we'll start printing the money. We will be the ones in control, right? We don't have to listen to a central bank modify, try to tell us what wars to go and fight and all this other kind of stuff, and being a slave dog, being a lackey for them anymore. We'll have what we call true freedom. We enjoy for your children's children and the younger children now, the Gen Z, Gen Millennial. I'm sorry, the Gen Alpha. Yeah, the Gen Alpha, Gen Beta that haven't been born yet. They'll be able to come into a world and being able to, they're going to say, what's tax? What are taxes? They wouldn't understand what taxes are because they would be subject to it, like how we were. They'll have a whole different, they will have to be able to go to school to be anything they want and be able to make and be able to have a lifestyle to be able to take care of themselves. If they want to be an artist, if they want to be a designer, whatever the case may be able to take care of themselves, whether they work for somebody or work for themselves without having all these regulations. Think about it. All these jobs, all these companies that you got to create. If you try to start a company, depending on what state you are, there's a lot of regulations involved with it. And a lot of it's sitting around with taxes. The taxes is the number one enemy to the country. We eradicate the tax, we win. That's what you guys got to understand. You against Trump, you should be rallying. This ain't about Trump. It's about what he's actually going to be attempting to do. This is what he's going to do. And you can't say that you're happy with taxes. You happy paying taxes? I don't know anybody in this room or anywhere else that's happy paying taxes. No, every time tax season come around, nobody's happy paying taxes. All these regulations, big government, they're always in your bedroom telling you can't do this and can't do that, can't have a gun in some of these liberal states. It just don't make any sense. You have a right to have a gun and to be able to protect yourself at the same time. You have that right. No government can tell you that you cannot have a gun or a rifle or assault rifle or any of these type of things. It's just straight up tyranny when they try to do this. Make no mistakes about it. The Second Amendment is a placeholder there in case if the government gets out of control. If we have a tyrannical government, the citizens are supposed to rise up. This is why militia groups were formed. This is why the bear arms. This was the reason. It's a reminder in case if the government gets out of control. Is the government out of control? Yes or no? That's all I want to know. Because if the government is out of control, then that means that we have a serious problem because we got big government, taxation, regulations, all this other kind of crap that's going on. Study spying on us, study telling us what we can and can't be doing, all this other kind of stuff. You gotta be more interested in learning about the Constitution because if some of this is boring to you guys, man, you are in the worst place, man. You know what I'm saying? More higher tariffs, or in thriving countries, right? No more income tax, no more for the U.S. Exactly, David. And I know everybody is not an economist, but this is common sense. You don't have to be an economist to understand this. When Trump said that I'm going to create an ambassador, once the ambassador position has been established, he's going to go out to these American countries and these other American companies in these other countries, and he's going to give them a tax break as low as 15%. When he does that, at that point, the American businesses are going to come back here to America. where manufacturing is going to start happening again. The tariffs are going to take care of itself. So therefore, it's like what David said. The average US citizen would not have to pay taxes. You got to love this, whether you are leftist or whatever the case you want to call yourself. Nobody is happy paying taxes. But Trump, because he done it before. He done some of these things before. When he got sworn in, his first year, he done this thing. This is why inflation was like 1% at the lowest. We had we almost had a what do they call it, a surplus of income, which he did. Money was coming in off of the tariffs of China alone. Trump have already he had the debate with Bloomberg. He destroyed Bloomberg. Bloomberg is supposed to be this heavy economist, one of these Ivy League colleges. Trump is a real businessman. We ain't saying all the businesses flourished, but he has a better understanding about the economy than anybody else. He really does. And this is one of the main reasons that we are seeing the things of what he's going to be implementing on his second term. You guys ain't really seen nothing yet, man. You're going to really start seeing, well, as we start to go into this golden age of prosperity, man, we're going to start going in that direction, man. We're moving towards that direction right now. And this is why the deep state and other officials and operatives are trying to stop him. They want to enslave us all. This ain't a conspiracy. This is a reality as to what is going on. It is what it is. I just want you to know that because you see these Hollywood elite celebrities leaving and jumping ship, it has to do with what Trump has on them and what Trump knows. That's why they're leaving. It has nothing to do with his personality or how he wants to turn America like Nazi World War II. It's not the case at all. There's other reasons why they're leaving, and it's reasons to deal with child pedophilia and human trafficking. That's what it is. And these people that are running, they think that they got a safe haven somewhere else. And that's why they're running. That's the reality of it for most of them, you know. But like I said, why in the hell it don't make no sense if I haven't been involved with this stuff and I'm rich, the last thing in the world that I'm gonna be concerned with is a president that may speak unpleasantly sometimes. I'm not gonna be concerned with that at all. I got other things to be concerned with. Don't make no sense. You can't make that make sense to say, oh, you know, Trump, he got a he's a wicked man. He's a racist, and things like that. Where were these Hollywood celebrities and stuff in the inner cities in Detroit, in Cleveland, and all the rest of them? Where were they? They see what the one thing about liberals is that a lot of them are very hypocritical. Because if they had that, if they really believe what they said, the Black Lives Movement should have been in these inner cities. I know places right now where Black Lives Matters would have really been. We really needed them. They didn't go in those inner cities. They talking about cops. They make it like cops was the number one reason with blacks in the police. When it's a black on black issue for the most part of it. Where was the Black Lives Matter movement to stop that? Stop that with all the robbery and crime. See, it's a hypocritical movement. That's why I'm glad that movement was dismantled because it was just hypocritical. George Soros was behind it. It was another agenda to divide us once again. That whole thing with George Floyd divided us once again. These are tactics in regards to what they use. And all I'm saying is that I'm not going for it, man. We got to stay focused and we got to deal with what is at hand right now. And then what at hand right now is taking the country back. That's what Trump meant about taking the country back. So we can get back on the Constitution. So we can get back on freedom. So we can get back on justice and equality, making sure that people are safe in a safe haven. Children are safe. Women are safe. This is the stuff what we talk about taking back America, right? We don't need big government with a bunch of regulations. You mean to tell me that you guys are happy with big government and big regulations? We want to thrive. We want a thriving economy, safe economy, where prosperity and health. Because we got RFK Jr. Don't forget about him, because he's going to be over the health administration as well, where he's going to get rid of the fluoride in the water. You know what I'm saying? Hey, happy about the elections. Absolutely, Jordan. I'm happy about the election turnout as well. But getting back on RFK Jr., he's going to be getting rid of the fluoride, taking that out the water. Because anybody didn't know that fluoride is a carcinogen in itself, a neurotoxin, and other dangerous things that are found in the fluoride in the water. So we're gonna be seeing GMOs. They're gonna outlaw that. They're gonna get rid of GMOs. We can't call this thing true healthcare because we were never meant to be a medical procedure should be for emergency purposes only, not pushed as being the be all and tell all. Because there's a lot of health things out there that supersede medication. And that's why I say RFK know this. I know this. All this that GMOs and all this stuff. These things cause cancer, diabetes, some of the ailments and diseases that people weight gain, people that are suffering from because of what we call like preservatives and stuff. Preservatives that are found in the food, the snacks, and so forth, even hiding under as being organic because they have taken over the organic thing. So Trump have got people from the left working with each other, moderates working with each other. Everybody, he's unifying people. Can't you see? He's unifying people. When have you ever seen a Republican and a Democrat working with each other for the common good for the people? It's all about the people once again. Because in order for us to prosper, we also have to be healthy first. We got to get rid of the problems that are causing the cancers, that are causing the diabetes and other issues. These are major heart disease, right? You got to be made aware of. You got to take these things out of the food. The Food and Drug Administration. All these alphabet boys, I do believe that they're going to be pretty much eradicated. It's going to be changed around. You know what I'm saying? So for the protection, for the people, not doing things in behind closed doors to hurt the people and to cause people to have disease and sickness where they're profiting from it. They're profiting off of cancer. They're profiting off of the diabetes and heart disease. But they still want you to give the money for better research while we still get sicker and sicker and sicker. Heart disease was never meant to be a cure. It's a money maker. Look at the heart. Look at the American Lung Association, the American Heart Association. These organizations is nothing more than just bleeding money from people that don't know any better. But we're on the brink of a cure. We're on the brink of a cure. We're talking about over 100 years. We're on the brink of a cure. It was never meant to cure anything. All it does is just bleed the money and keep people dangling carrot, a dangling carrot, but never getting down to the real cures. And then when people have found cancer cures and other cures, what do? They send the FTC or the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. They come in there with guns and everything, bust in, take their research, take their products, threaten them, and sue them. Does it sound like freedom to you guys? Absolutely not. This is nothing more than tyranny. This is a government that have gotten out of control, and we're tired of it. So we want to take back America, right? Because it shouldn't be this way. We're in the process of a serious regime change to bring it back to America, you know? Because you can't sit up here and tell me that you are happy with big government paying these taxes, uh, giving to these old worthless research organizations, the Cancer Eye Association. It's so many associations. They all getting money, all getting donations, and they do very little or nothing at all to cure people and heal people for good. And they are out there. The cures are out there, but they have suppressed the knowledge and information, stop the free flow of information, stop communications, give you bad news and radiation, chemo radiation. This is the only thing that we can do. Get you on metformin and all these other type of things for diabetes to get people to believe that there is no cure, but the medication is the only thing for treatment. And this is criminally wrong. The thing about it is that we should not be fighting amongst each other. You should not be holding animosity towards a man that many of you have never met. What you should be angry about is big government that have tricked you. That's who you should be angry about. These are the people right here. They are the ones. That's what I'm saying. So your fight is you got misplaced anger. It burns me up to think that these people that are controlling the government, that are not working on the behalf of the people, but they have been working against us the whole time, masquerading and trying to put it off on somebody else and trying to make that person be the victim. Now, if that ain't sinister to me, I don't know what is. It's called politics, sleight of hand. Because while you're concentrating on Trump, you're being deceived. The real culprits is on the left. For real, for real. You're not watching the left hand and what it's doing. Pay no attention to the left hand. We want you to concentrate on that right hand right there. That person is your problem maker right there. Don't look at what's going on here on the left at all. And that's basically how politics work. It's a sleight of hand. See, you missed it. Three-car Molly, you missed it. You thought the ball was here, but it's been on the left side the whole time. Talk nice to you, butter words, sweet words. I like to say to all my fellow constituents, hello, Chicago. You see, you get caught up on that type of stuff. It's called cult of personality. Michelle, Hillary, we're going to take back America. See, this is what people are caught up on. Yes, we can. I'm for change. Yes, we can. See, that's what people are caught up on. Obama, I admit, charmer, smooth as glass. Man, Obama, can you imagine if Obama was for good, man? I'm gonna tell you this, man. Shoot, I wish Obama would have been for on the right. I really do. If Obama was on the right, man, because Obama is smooth with it, man. Everybody know Obama is smooth with it. I'm gonna here's another thing. Anybody could say Chicago, hello Chicago. I mean, even Chicago sound even smoother when Obama said, "Can I come down there?" It's just so smooth. He's a smooth guy. He tried to do a pretty good Obama impressions. But he he can make it happen, man. The guy is smooth as glass, dressed very well, tall in stature, and black, white, and other found him attractive. I wish he really was for good than for evil. I really do. I really wish that we had someone like him, right? I'm just talking about personality wise for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm okay with Trump, but Obama was a charismatic president. I think between Clinton and Obama, Clinton was smooth too now. Slick Willie was smooth. In the 90s, Slick Willie was smooth as well before Obama, right? I mean, I'm just saying, you had some history of some pretty charismatic. The Kennedys were smooth. JFK, he was smooth. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Men wanted to have their hair like him. They dressed like him. They wanted to be like him. Women want to be with him. They were smooth. I have to admit, on the Democrat side, they had some very smooth. I got to admit it. I got to tell the truth. They had some very charismatic, smooth presidents on the left. They really have. Who's more smoother than the others? One could say that Obama was probably one of the best orators on there. You know what I'm saying? When he had the debate against Mitt Romney in the second term, though, he just looking at Mitt. He had that look, and just looking at Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney talking about the economics or whatever. Obama say some smooth, slick things. Everybody loved him. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, though. Hello, Chicago. Can I come down there? It's just that's what I say. It just sounds real smooth. Can you imagine though? I'm for change. I mean, I'm just saying. Can you imagine that if Obama was on the right as opposed to being on the left, if he was for good, that would be very interesting, man. Before I wrap this up, that would be something to see, man. I'm just, I mean, he was. That's why I call him the great deceiver because he did promise a lot of these things for people to vote for him, but as we saw, the Obama administration mm-mm, didn't promise, didn't deliver on what he said he was going to do. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But charismatic wise, everybody know he was smooth as glass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the thing, though. One of the better orators, I would say. He was very good at what he did. But yeah, that's that's the thing about it, though. I'm not a fan, but I got to give credit where credit is due on for his charismatic. He's very charismatic as a president. He really was, and he still is. He over there talking to the brothers. See, I know you guys are not feeling it. You're not feeling her as a president. I mean, as a woman. Yeah, man. But and I love doing the impressions, man, of certain people that I can do. But yeah, that's the thing though. So yeah, you gotta love that, man. I thank you guys for watching me show out today. We'll look for my next live. We're going coming back on here, and I'm gonna show out again. I definitely got to get to work, but I just wanted to spend a little time talking about the Constitution, talking about serious things and stuff. And yes, we're gonna take back the country, because me, Obama, I'm gonna tell you this: we're gonna need to take back the country. And I need you to do for me. See, that's the thing about it, because he's real smooth with it, right? Nobody was smoother than Obama. On the charismatics, of course. Not a fan, but I'm just saying, you know. But yeah, so other than that, I'm glad you guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed my spiel today, talking to you all before I get out here, because I got to make some money. I ain't like these Hollywood elites that I could just fly out on a private Lear jet and be in Paris in so many hours. But yeah, in fact, I'm gonna say yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. I'm also like the Hollywood elites. After I get off from here, I'm gonna go down to DTW airport, get on the signature, fly out on the Learjet, and be in Milan in a few hours. So, I mean, it must be nice, right? Must be nice. I even talk with that. Well, yeah, my problem is that I have too much money. I got a scratch on my yacht. You want to hear what happened to me today? I found a little scratch on my yacht. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things there. There was a blemish on my apple. I was really upset with that. That right there, I cannot relate. That must be nice to be able to talk about blemishes on your apple or a scratch on your yacht, or saying, I was gonna fly to Milan. We got a little held up a little bit, and but we ended up making it. Hopefully, I wanted to be there like in 2 or 3 hours earlier. It must be nice to have a lifestyle like that, right? But these Hollywood elites and these other people do. You know what I'm saying? It must be nice. It must be nice. Yeah, what you have that? Well, yeah, I ate chocolate truffles, and I had the imported caviar come from the most exquisite regions of the world. It must be nice though, right? To be able to have the lifestyle like this. This is their this is what they experience every day. I don't like caviar. I would never eat that. But hey, for rich people, everybody got problems. But I'm just sharing with you some of the things that rich people got problems with. I can't relate, huh? You know. But other than that, though, I thank you guys once again for checking me out here on Some Random Guy. I'm just some random guy, just a random blue collar trying to make it or whatever, what I'm saying, guy or whatever. So I thank you guys for watching and listening and things like that. I hope you like my Obama impression and things like that. So, yeah, can you imagine doing a whole Obama, sounding like Obama and doing this whole speech as if I was Obama, in regards to vote for the right? Oh man. But other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I had fun with y'all today. It's been real cool. Yeah, so what I was gonna say, make sure y'all get on Rumble, man. Y'all need to start getting on Rumble, Truth Social, BitChute, and then there is what's the other one? There's Rockfin. That's the other one. These are social media outlets that do not suppress freedom of speech. In fact, you can say what you really feel and things like that as long as you're not threatening. You can say the things that you want to say, no hate speech, but say the things that you really want to say and go from there. So you want to try those other outlets, some of the ones I have mentioned. Twitter X is a good one. I'm still calling Twitter X instead of X. And I tweet on there occasionally. Sometimes you may see my tweets because I like trolling the Hollywood elites when they say stuff stupid. Just like I got to get Mark Hamill now. For those that don't know who he is, he's that Star Wars Luke Skywalker dude, which I'm very disappointed with him. Rob Reiner, I can go down the list. Barbara Streisand, let me see here, Julia Roberts, Cher, you know, that kind of thing. Y'all remember that one song with Cher? If I can turn back time, if I can find a way. Y'all know who Cher is. For those that been around Generation Xers, some of you millennials, baby boomers definitely know who Cher is. You know what I'm saying? She's as old as my mama. But she talking about flying up out of here. I'm like saying, what the hell has Cher did that want to fly out of America, man? Talking about if Trump becomes the president. I said, Cher, what has she done, man? I mean, I'm over here looking at these celebrities before I go. I'm over here looking at these celebrities in a whole different light, man. Like, what did she do? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the? So yeah. So, I mean, I get it. I understand. Yeah. So that's the thing about it. You got drop lip Steve Harvey that left. Ellen, I call it a degenerate because she's a degenerate. Man, I looked at those. she, man, it's something else. I never liked her, man, by the way. I don't even think she's funny. Thing. So I don't consider her funny at all. And she is a true bitch to be around, work around. I've heard a lot of horror stories with her, even on her show. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've never been a fan of her. Back in her stand-up days, I never thought she was funny. I never liked the Ellen show before she had there was an Ellen sitcom show I wasn't a fan of. I'll watch Felicity's before I watch Ellen. I didn't watch that show at all, being honest. You know, George Lopez, I was like, what the? Even him, George Lopez too. I say, damn, what did they got on these people? I'm like, damn, we're going to find out though, because it ain't making sense. These Hollywood elites run it because of a president because they don't like how he's a racist or whatever. They didn't have that much of wherewithal. They got all this money. I mean, we're talking about. I know some people that don't like black folk, and other people too. I don't see them champions running the charge, but they said, "Well, yeah." Their answer is, "Yeah, he's a racist. We're going to leave." Don't make no sense. You're supposed to be fighting against it. If he's a racist, why are you leaving? It don't make no sense. Oh, you want to leave? Yeah, Samuel Jackson, y'all. You know the one that always say, "Yeah, motherfucker." Yeah, motherfucker. Samuel Jackson. Yeah, that motherfucker. I gotta get into my Samuel Jackson mode. Yeah, that guy. You know what I'm saying? He is the one that talking about leaving too. Yeah, I can't stand that Donald Trump motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna get up and move up out of the country. If that motherfucker become president, I'm going to Africa. I'm just saying, why are you leaving? I mean, you got more money. Samuel Jackson, a well-known actor, right? Been in almost every movie. one of the most hardworking celebrities out there. I'm thinking, damn, he. I said, damn, what is it, Epstein or Diddy? Which one did he go? Which party did he go to? Which freak off did these people go to? Judge Greg Mathis? Y'all remember Judge Mathis or whatever? Never liked Judge Mathis, but yeah, all these. I mean, I say, damn, they got a whole list of them. You know, he was at the freak offs quite regularly. TD Jakes, you know, even old bobbleneck, turkey neck, bobbleneck, small body, Al Sharpton, which I never liked. Even he talking about leaving out of the country. Old bobbleneck, Al Sharpton, Sharpton, Sharp. Yeah, everything is racism. See, everything is about. We got a president that seems, this guy. I'm saying is that if you've been doing something wrong with these children now, we gonna get you. All right. But other than that, though, I'm out, y'all. So I appreciate you guys. I am truly out this time. If you want to give me another like or two, I appreciate it. I'm just a small, struggling person here that I'm just more interested in doing it live freeze, man. But if you can get my likes up a little more and I appreciate it. You can give me I only got one like right now. You gotta like my content a little bit. I gave y'all the good Obama, one of the best Obama impressions, one of them. I even gave y'all the Obama impression, talked a little bit about little things, talked about the Constitution, talked about where the country is going, talked about the central bank, right? Talked about freedom and liberty. We talked about a lot of things before I go, man. I think I had a nice, carried a nice conversation about these issues that affected everyone. I didn't single out the left and say we're gonna round them up. Project 2025, Gestapo's kicking in doors, not asking no questions or whatever. I never said anything like that. And that's not going to even happen. That's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't about that type of stuff. This is about freedom and liberty. The greatest country on earth is America. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. God bless the people, man, because the people are the ones that voted for Trump. And I appreciate you guys. You all really stepped up and did your thing. You know, we ain't white Americans. We ain't black Americans. We just Americans. That's all we are. We got to stop identifying ourselves with race. We should be beyond that. That is a democratic policy to keep us divided. We are more unity than ever before now because we all want to see America prosper, not certain people. It should be all people. We are all Americans and things like that. So we should got to stop with the attack against male misogyny. This is not an issue. Men are not the enemy. Being masculine males are not the enemy, ladies. You all know this. It ain't like you can put on a nice dress and walk down the street. The most you probably ever you probably get looked and checked out. But ain't nobody cat calling. Ain't nobody saying chicky chicky come here, chicky chicky chicky. Nobody's doing that to y'all. Even the construction workers, and I've seen them, and they had a history back in the days of doing that type of stuff. They're not doing that stuff to y'all, ladies. So how can male misogyny be the problem as to why Kamala Harris didn't make it into the White House? That's not the reason. And they missed the point because they're telling you guys that that's the reason. That's not the main reason at all. But we're going into that in another time, though. I'm about to get on off here. I appreciate the support, though. And like things about to start picking up. And we're going to talk about the reasons. We're going to talk about JD Vance, too. I think I'm going to do one on JD Vance. Man, JD Vance, man, looking very presidential, man. The women love those blue eyes. Y'all ladies love JD Vance. Even as a liberal left, y'all love those baby blue eyes on JD Vance. I know the ladies do. JD Vance is real smooth with it, man. Way he be debating, very presidential, man. Not raising his voice, not being a tyrant, not being loud, not being disrespectful. JD Vance just said what it is, just with logic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So other than that, I thank you guys for listening. I am out. Peace.